Marco Rubio says his campaign raised $12 million through the end of last month. That's a pretty good haul. That puts him in third place overall in our unofficial power rankings of the Republican candidates' war chest. Added to the money that the outside groups supporting Rubio have raised, he's now just shy of bringing in $44 million. Well behind Jeb Bush, right up there with Ted Cruz. Our man John McCormick reports that groups backing Walker's candidacies have not filed formally yet, but they're expected to report between $25 and $30 million through the end of June. That's all outside groups, of course, because Walker just became a candidate today. Al, of everyone who's reported so far, and we're still waiting for some numbers, who's performing to or above expectations and who's underperforming?
Mark, really, this is a case of what you see is what you get. Jeb Bush is in a league of his own. Ted Cruz, enormously impressive. Marco Rubio, not quite as much, but still very impressive. On the Democratic side, Hillary did what she thought she was going to do. Bernie Sanders, $15 million. That's pretty darn impressive. I would just say those who didn't do well on the GOP side, Rick Perry, only $1 million for his personal campaign. Rand Paul, $7 million. Really did knock my socks off. And one other contrast, Carly Fiorina gets a lot of notice in the elite press and some elite circles. Ben Carson outraised her by about 3 to 1.
And you would think someone with her connections in the financial world would do better. I am, as you are, a little surprised by the Paul number being so small. We don't have the outside group number for Paul, but no one I've talked to suspects that that will be a huge number. I think Walker and Rubio and Cruz, obviously right in there, well behind Bush, but the kind of the second tier amongst themselves. And that's a bit of a surprise to me. All three of those guys have done a lot. The first quarter is the easier money. Let's see how they do now in the first half of the year is easy money. Let's see how they do in the second half of the year, particularly as they're forced out on the campaign trail more and have to raise money from people when they're not being able to spend as much time with them.
Well, Mark, all those top-tier candidates are going to have sufficient funds to compete in the February contest. So what really matters is whether they can keep it up, and if it goes to April or May, whether they'll have the money then.
Yeah, and maybe it's only Bush who's going to be fully funded through the spring. The Cruz people are working hard, though. They want to be the other person fully funded through the spring.